Judge Vonderby, court is now in session. Judge, this is the case of the Pearsons.
Thank you. You all may be seated. Ms. Pearson, you brought this case before the court. What's going on?
Well, we had been together for a really long time. About 4 years ago, we decided to adopt a child, and she broke up with me about 4 years ago. About 2 years ago, and stopped paying child support. And so I have had all the responsibility of our daughter, and she barely comes around.
That's really not
Ma'am, let her finish. You will have your opportunity to speak.
Okay.
Okay, I can roll my eyes too. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
She never sees our daughter, and
This case opens with Ms. Pearson explaining that she and her ex were together for years and adopted a daughter before splitting up. Since the breakup 2 years ago, her ex stopped contributing financially, leaving her to handle all parental responsibilities alone. Despite the emotional and financial strain, her ex barely sees their daughter. When Ms. Pearson brought up child support, her ex conveniently switched jobs from a well-paying teaching position to a low-wage retail clerk gig. The timing? Too suspicious to ignore. And the motive? Pretty clear. Dodge paying what's owed.
recently she just changed jobs. She was making a lot of money, and she just dropped jobs so that, because right when I started talking to her about child support, she changed jobs because she wanted to make sure that she wasn't ever going to have to pay anything more than what
Okay,
she
ma'am,
would-
where do you used to work?
I was a teacher.
Okay, how much were you making as a teacher?
Oh, I think around 40,000.
Are you sure about that?
Well,
Because based on the paperwork that you provided, your teacher's salary was $55,000 a year.
well, that doesn't include what I put into profit sharing.
Is that true or not?
55?
$55,000. Your documents are correct, right?
Okay, that's probably true.
Okay, it's not a probably.
That's
You
true.
submitted it. Thank you.
Okay,
$55,000 a year.
Things escalate when the judge digs into her work history. The ex claims she used to be a teacher, but the paperwork shows she made $55,000 a year. Not exactly pocket change. She now earns $30,000 as a retail clerk, helping customers shop while holding a master's degree in accounting. The judge is stunned. Why would someone with that kind of education settle for retail unless they were trying to dodge responsibility? The judge doesn't let it slide. This is textbook intentional underemployment. It's not going to fly in this courtroom.
How much are you making now? Like, where are you working at now?
Well, I'm working at a store as a clerk, and I'm making 30,000 a year now.
Okay. And you said you're a teacher, so
Yes.
what type of degrees do you have for that?
I have a degree in economics,
Okay. You have one degree or you have multiple degrees?
Well, and I have my master's in accounting.
You have a master's in accounting and you're working as a clerk.
Yes.
What are you doing at this job?
Well, I help people find clothes.
Like a retail clerk?
Yes.
Ma'am, you have a master's degree.
Yes.
Did-
But I don't have to make all that money
No, you.
if I'm just going to give it all away anyway.
So let me get something straight. She's deliberately, what you're saying is she's deliberately working at this retail job. Now I get it.
I can do
You know,
any job I want.
You know what? Your character is not looking very cute to me at all, because you have tried to misrepresent to me what.
When the judge confronts her directly, the ex backpedals, saying they discussed it and she thought she was paying enough. But no evidence backs that up, and the judge makes it clear emotional support doesn't pay the bills. The court is not here to hear about who the child loves more. It's here to protect the child's financial well-being. The ex's attempt to deflect with emotional claims and passive excuses isn't working. The judge sees through it all and is ready to make a ruling that ensures the child is actually cared for financially.
Is really going on in this case. You stopped working as a teacher so you would not have to pay that higher amount in child support. Is that not the case?
Well,
Well, is that not the case?
we discussed it, and she didn't seem to have an objection. And I just thought I was paying enough.
No.
And when I talked to my daughter, she loves me more anyway, and she should come live with me. And I know that's not a matter for this court.
Right. That's definitely not a matter for what we're here on today, because based on what we've already discussed, the child lives with her, correct?
Yes.
Okay, and you're not providing any type of financial support anymore, correct?
I provide emotional support all the time. The child.
You know what? That is not, you cannot quantify emotional support. Stop it. I'm just going to go on with what I need to do, because you obviously came here to play games today.
No, my baby
yes,
loves me.
you did.
She loves me more
and your
than
baby
she loves
needs
her.
money. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
me.
Your baby needs money, and you want to do what's in her best interest. So what I'm going to do, how long ago did she stop working as a teacher?
The judge delivers the hammer. Child support will be based on the ex former $55,000 teaching salary. Why? Because she intentionally downgraded her job to avoid paying more. The judge makes it clear, this isn't about cheating the custodial parent. It's about cheating the child. The court sets her gross monthly income at $4,583.33, and the ex looks shocked. But the judge isn't here for games. She calls out the bad faith and reminds her that trying to manipulate the system only hurts the child they both chose to raise.
Was it recent?
Yes.
How
Just
recent?
6 months ago.
6 months ago?
Yes.
No, ma'am. Your child support is going to be set at that $55,000, because
What?
it sounds like you are intentionally underemployed, so you do not have to pay a higher amount in child support, and that is ridiculous, because you're not cheating her, you're cheating your child. So, based on $55,000 a year, I have your gross at $4,583.33. Is there a reason your mouth is open? Do you need some water?
I just can't believe you're being so mean.
Oh, I'm not being mean at all, ma'am. You, on the other hand, are being mean. You deliberately stopped working. You have a master's degree.
Now the conversation shifts to health insurance. Ms. Pearson confirms she's the one paying for everything, including a $1,200 monthly insurance bill, $400 of which is for the child. Despite all this, the ex hasn't contributed a cent. The judge doesn't hold back, calling her actions ridiculous and announcing she will now be reimbursing that cost. The ex tries to argue, throws in some catty personal jabs, and implies Ms. Pearson doesn't love their daughter. The judge shuts it down fast. This court doesn't care about your cats, only your kid.
And you went to a retail store, so you would not have to pay for your daughter.
Well, that's my prerogative.
Well, you know what? It's my prerogative to read these numbers out to you. Keep listening. So, I have your net at $3,794.48. Who carries health insurance for the child?
I do.
You
I do
do?
everything.
Based on this, I see health insurance at $1,200 a month.
Well,
Ma'am, where do you work?
I work for the airlines,
Okay.
and the $1,200 is for me and the child.
Okay.
The child portion is $400.
Okay,
That's
I'm seeing that.
ridiculous,
I'm seeing
isn't
that.
it?
No,
That
it's
can't be true.
ridiculous that you're not paying. But guess what? You're getting ready to pay now, and you're going to repay whatever the amount is for the child. Well, $400.
She doesn't even love our daughter. She loves her.
With the courtroom drama bubbling over, the judge regains control. She sets the total monthly obligation, $758.90 for support plus $400 for health insurance, adding up to $1,158.90 per month. And no, there won't be any splitting of that cost. The ex is responsible for the full amount. As the ex's jaw drops, the judge tells her to shut it. Confused? She shouldn't be. The calculation is based on the income she chose to give up, not the one she settled for just to dodge her obligations. Accountability is long overdue.
Your child support obligation at $758.90 plus $400 for the monthly health insurance comes out to $1,158.90.
Am I paying the whole $400 a month, or is she paying any of it?
Did you hear me put you on a payment plan for that? If you didn't, you're paying the full amount, $1,158.90. And I need you to close your mouth, 'cause I just don't understand why you're looking so confused right now. Child support is based on the calculation. Okay? Is there anything further?
I'm not making that much anymore.
The ex tries one last Hail Mary, claiming she doesn't make that much anymore. But the judge reminds her she testified to taking a lower paying job by choice. And in Texas, that means the court can base support on her earning potential, not what she actually earns. She could be making more, and she knows it. The judge calls it what it is, financial ducking. The courtroom isn't about what's fair to the adults. It's about what's right for the child. And that child deserves stability, not parental power plays.
Well, but you just testified, right?
Right.
That you intentionally are working at a lower paying job, right?
Right.
Okay, so I have the discretion to set your child support at that same amount that you were making as a teacher, because you can make more than what you're currently making as a clerk.
Well,
If
I
there's
didn't know
nothing,
that.
well, you know now. If there's nothing further, you all are dismissed.
Well, can you make her come see the baby, our child?
I can't make her, but ma'am, please go visit with the child. Do not punish the child because you're upset. Are you mad at the cats? I mean, don't punish the
I don't wanna be
child.
around the cats. Can you put the cats away when
Yes.
I come?
Ma'am,
It's
put the
so long.
cats away so she can come
Yes,
visit with the
Then I'll come
child.
visit.
Thank you.
Yes,
You all are
it's
dismissed.
sad. It's sad.
As the case wraps, Ms. Pearson makes one final plea, asking the judge to make her ex visit their daughter. Sadly, the court can't force love or involvement. The judge encourages the ex to show up for her daughter emotionally, not just financially. Then comes the show's educational segment where attorney Vonda Bailey breaks it down. Under Texas law, child support is about income and intent. Sexual orientation has no impact on court rulings, and intentionally lowering your income to avoid support is not a winning strategy. Bottom line, you can't hide from your responsibility, not in this courtroom.